Well, hello, I'm Josie, and I am 10 days out from my first NPC bikini show that I've ever done. I've been wanting to do one since 2019, and instead I became a mom and then decided to keep doing that. But now I'm free to train again, and that's what I'm doing. So I had my breakfast and I filmed it, and then I misread what I was supposed to eat, and I was like, dang it, because now I have to move things around a little bit. Fortunately not the 2 meals that I pre-cooked and stuff, but basically just kind of took away from the carbs in my oatmeal meal to compensate for the fact that I misread how much English muffin I could eat. Joys of prep. Also, when I look up symptoms that I have, all of them is consumption issue hotline. And I was like, well, I guess that's sums up this week. But yeah, so I need to go to the gym. I see my kids are coming outside when their dad is there, so I was waiting for the car to warm up and get warm. So I'm back from the gym. That was a lot of work, and I hurt my back. And every time I sit down, it's bones, tailbone, and I think that's not helping. But I'm not a huge fan of the deadlifts, and then I did them, so I dropped the weight. I guess my highest weight I've done for deadlifts is 135 using ever since doing this prep. And I did 55 max this time. So I did 15 of those and then 10 good mornings until the end. So it was 4 sets total. Then I just ended up just doing 19 deadlifts at 55 pounds because I did something to my back, and I'm not going to push it. I have such a hard time with good form in deadlifts. And a lot of times, even if I get good form, if I try to push myself, I always end up hurting my back. And now there's a freaking wasp, one of those big queen ones, just flying around outside the car. So I feel extra trapped. It's hot. I think I got dried snot because I get snotty when I'm on the treadmill. Also, I told my coach, hey, since hurting my back, and as long as my back hurts, instead of the HIIT cardio, I just double up the estimated time, and I do just treadmill at 10 incline, and she said that's fine. But she's like, did you ever find out what's wrong with your back? You really should figure out what's up with your back. The problem I have with figuring out what's wrong with me is, my husband left the ladder out on the house again. He needs to stop doing that. But what happened, that was weird. Oh, that's my arm on the console thing, and you can see I'm getting sweaty just by being in the car. It's kind of like a sauna though, good for the water retention. Where was I going with that? Jeez, I need to restart this and rewatch what I did. I remember, is the time. My time is stretched so far. Taking time for me, what am I going to do? Am I going to get my hair done? When's that going to happen? Am I going to get my nails done? Because now's a good time to start thinking about getting a pedicure and everything like that. Am I going to do that? But honestly, the stuff that I prioritize getting seen, if you've seen any of my videos in regards to my health stuff, is that one of the things I dealt with was some prolapse issues, and I got surgery for it. But gynecological things I kind of put ahead of back problems, which at this rate, we're getting to the point where you know, I could probably focus on back issues, but it just seems like for going to like chiropractors offices and things like that is, although she didn't say going to a chiropractor, she said some other specialist, getting seen for starters, you know, the weight, insurance, it's just all kinds of annoying, and I don't have the time, I don't have the mental energy, I just don't feel like dealing with it. Maybe when my show is done I will, but right now I just kind of feel like modifying and doing what works. And honestly, the two exercises I consistently have problems with, and when I get lean, I find it's worse. I don't know what it is, if it's that every time like I lose fat in the back area, and it's also like when I get lean around my back and in the back of my pelvis, my back hurts. But yeah, I'm sitting on my pelvic bones right now. My tailbone is touching the seat of the car. I need a pillow. This is so uncomfortable. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be prioritizing like my hormones and stuff, because at this rate, I actually do have hormonal issues. Let me get out of this car as I'm getting progressively sweatier. And it's really hot. Plus I'm wearing my sweaters and stuff, because I wear them in the gym because I start off being really cold, but then I take them off as I warm up and everything. But then to go home, I put them back on. And now I'm rambling. I'm going to get out, going to get the mail, going to take the ladder up to the roof, because there's no reason for it to just be there. And then we can maybe chat after I eat a little bit too. So I didn't exactly have a ton of time. I was doing laundry, chores, end of the night kind of deal. I am a mom of 3, but what I was talking about was I'm prioritizing the gynecological issues. So I'm getting to the point in prep where I'm not really finding anybody talking about this directly in terms of bikini prep. I see a lot of people talking about losing their period, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of daily spotting being aggravated by exercising, and also honestly like aggravated just by having a bowel movement, and you know, post saucy time with the husband kind of thing. And so that's something I've been dealing with. Is my period was weird. It was early, but good that I had it. And considering how close my shows are, you know, I'm not, at least it's not like several months and I'm still bleeding. Bleeding might not necessarily mean that I'm not going to ovulate or anything like that. And my drive isn't non-existent, or libido, whatever. It's not non-existent, but I have daily spotting, and that is a very strange concern. Looking it up and looking up a lot of different things I've been experiencing seem to be related to, as I think I mentioned earlier, a lot of things come up when you look it up. The most relatable information you find is eating problems, you know, and hotlines for it. So I mean, that's just kind of the name of the game. We're just trying to get as lean as possible and maintaining muscle, but it's still a calorie deficit. So regardless of being, you know, muscular and vascular, it's still a calorie deficit. It's still under eating, and that's been an interesting experience. I track my symptoms. I use the Flow app. They're not promoting this. I have the free thing with the ads and like just the bare features, but I do track as much as I can, especially knowing that I have my annual coming up, and then my surgery hitting its year mark in January. So very excited to see how everything's going. Probably would be wise to get my hormones checked after all this competing. But yeah, that's just been interesting. I hope I transitioned properly from the last topic into this. But outside of that, I definitely feel like I'm more short-tempered, but I can get overwhelmed and overstimulated and kind of have meltdowns anyway. So, oh my gosh.
just talking so much is making me very tired. Things that I'm hoping to do in the next video, because this is just kind of trying it out. One, looking over my meal plan tonight so the next one's better. But two is I look forward to at some point showing you how I prepare everything. And I think talking about like how I feel in my workouts, I don't really know. I want to be able to actually give something that's like of value. And I do think talking about the daily spotting was a value. Maybe you haven't experienced that, but maybe you have. And you know, you're not alone if you have. And it seems like it's just part of not eating enough, you know, for healthy living. Because although for a lot of off season and prep you can be healthy, there comes a point where it's no longer healthy, and that's why it's unsustainable. That's why people aren't just walking around, you know, stage lean all the time. So I kind of feel like to be able to get this video out on time, I probably should end it here. If there's anything you'd like to see in regards to the show coming up, I will do some posing practice in heels, but that will be for tomorrow's video. And I don't know, like I gotta get my hair cut, I gotta do my nails, maybe I'll try doing makeup just in case. Oh my gosh, I am yawning like crazy. Yeah, but I need to go to bed. And I have an early morning planned, so some of what I am going to be filming will just be a part of the video that I have after this one. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in following along for my journey to show day, feel free to subscribe. If you have any comments, put it down below. I like to read them, especially like if there's anything you'd like me to talk about. We'll see if I can. And yeah, thank you for being here. If you didn't like it, you know, let me know. I try to do what I can. I don't know how the production quality is gonna go, because there's a lot of like just videos in my photo album that are just my kids being so loud that I had to stop. But they're my priority, so you know, mom here, you know, if you're also a mom, like kudos to you for getting the work done. Kudos to us, you know, we're doing this. If you're on prep too, like we are doing this thing. Anyways, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on what time of day you're watching this. And goodbye.